Hey guys, the tutor here. I'm back with another lesson. Today I'm going to talk about the salt extraction which comes under grade 11 chemistry part. Okay, today we'll see what happens. We all know that the ocean is one of most important resources that you can find on earth. As Sri Lanka is an island, so we can get lots of benefit from the sea. There are lots of minerals and different kinds of resources that we can get from the sea. Sodium chloride is one of them. Today we can talk about salt extraction. So in Sri Lanka, salt is produced in saltons by evaporation of seawater. Salt extraction is one of applications of separating techniques that we have talked up to here in this lesson, in mixtures. Two separating techniques, evaporation and crystallization, are the two separating techniques that we use here for salt extraction. In evaporation, unnecessary components are vaporized by supplying heat and isolate the necessary components in that mixture. In crystallization, what happens when there's a solid solute in a solution where we can separate using concentration. When it comes to locating a saltern, we'll have to consider some factors, geographically wise and environmental wise, to locate that saltern. First, the land has to be flat as well as it should be close to the coastal area. When we consider about the soil, it has to be a clayey soil with minimum percolation. When it comes to climate, it has to be hot and dry climate, as well as there should be a minimum rainfall. Throughout the year, there has to be a good sunlight as well as wind should be there. Consider about these geographical and environmental factors. In Sri Lanka, some places like Hambantota, Puttalam, those are the areas that you can find salterns. Okay, let's now consider about how the saltern is made of. There are three types of tanks that we can identify in a saltern. The first type is large shallow tanks and medium tanks as well as small tanks. Those are the three types of tanks that you can find in a saltern. Okay, now we'll consider about the procedures, what happens in these tanks. First, the seawater is pumped, or using high tides you can get water to the large shallow tanks. In this tank, the water is exposed to the sunlight. As a result, what happens, the concentration of water is getting higher. When the concentration is double the initial concentration, calcium carbonate starts to precipitate and crystallize at the bottom of the tank. After that, the remaining water is pumped to the medium tanks. At the medium tanks also, the seawater is exposed to the sunlight. At the medium tanks, seawater is exposed to the sunlight and the concentration getting increased. As a result, what happens, when the concentration is 4 times the initial concentration, calcium sulfate starts to precipitate and crystallize at the bottom of the tank. Remaining water is pumped to the small tanks. At the small tanks also the same thing happens. As a result, the concentration of water getting increased. When the concentration of water is 10 times the initial concentration, sodium chloride is precipitated at the bottom of the tank and crystallized. Okay, now let's consider the question I have put on the screen. What I have asked. What is the reason behind the bitter taste in sodium chloride and how can we get rid of that? The reason behind the bitter taste of sodium chloride is, even before sodium chloride precipitation completes, magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate also starts to precipitate. As a result, sodium chloride gets that bitter taste. To get rid of this bitter taste, what we have to do, we have to heap the salt that we take out from the third tank in prismatic piles for a period of 6 months. Magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate are hygroscopic and deliquescent when exposed to the atmosphere. As a result, they absorb moisture in the atmosphere and get removed. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What is the reason behind pink-orange color in tanks in a saltern? Okay, let's see what happens there. The reason for this pink-orange color in tanks is mainly algae and bacteria. Basically, two types of algae and bacteria called Dunaliella salina and halobacteria causes this color. What is called the bittern or mother liquor. Mother liquor is the solution that is left out after the precipitation of salt. This mother liquor is very rich in lots of different kinds of ions and all. So as a result, we can get lots of benefits from that. For production of fertilizers, for producing magnesium hydroxide and potash also, those are some benefits that you can get from mother liquor. For the production of fertilizers, magnesium hydroxide, potash are some of the important uses that you can get from the mother liquor or the bittern. Okay, today we talked about salt extraction. I think it's a complete package of salt extraction. I asked every single question that you can ask from this lesson. This is one of important lessons, as most of the questions they prepare from this lesson. I'll be back with another lesson soon. Okay, till next time.